So we're very wet because it rained halfway through the build. But I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with it. And this is the finished mini polytunnel. I'm not going to call it raised bed hoop house cover, but I'm going to call it my mini polytunnel. It looks good, right? Don't worry, I'm going to show you how I did it. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to go back, reverse time, and show you how I built this. And hopefully you're going to have a go at doing so as well. Guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt your video. I promise I'm going to get right back over there and show you how I made that raised bed hoop house cover. But if you could just take a moment just to like the video or leave a comment, it really does help the YouTube algorithm, and it just shares my content and gets the message out there that anybody can grow their own food. All right, I'll get back to the video now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. What I've done is I've actually built a frame, and the frame was measured to fit the raised bed. And then what you'll see is that I've actually screwed the frame together, just using some long screws. I laid them out on the raised bed just to make sure that it fitted and just sat quite snug on the raised bed itself. Then what I did was I attached the hoop covers on the inside of that frame. I used little pipe clamps to hold them in place, and then I screwed them to the frame itself. I screwed them level with the bottom of the frame itself. They're not too thick, so I was a bit nervous about using them, but they seem quite strong and they seem quite up to the process. I've watched a lot of videos showing the best way of building one of these. I kind of went for none of them. Apologies if I've accidentally copied your style. I decided to put these hoops on the inside, hold them in place with these little clamps here. They're pretty solid, but I've also put a screw, as you just saw, through each one just to hold it in place, so that if there's some weight on the top of this, if we get some snow, then the cover shouldn't collapse down. So I think I've improvised a little bit, but now's the good bit, because I get to put the cover on. Let's do it. You've got to think that potentially you could have some snow on the cover of the tunnel, so they've got to be fairly strong. We then retrospectively decided to add a bit of wood at the end. We just added this bit of wood purely to add a bit of structure and make sure that the ridge at the end doesn't bow in. And then we moved on to the exciting bit, which was actually covering the raised bed. And that's always the bit that looks good on a time lapse. We really like doing that. We managed to get it quite tense. You can see here we're kind of messing around a little bit, trying to get it tense and pleating the ends. It's always difficult to actually pleat the ends in. Then it was a case of securing the cover, and we used battens which ran the length of the hoop house.
What are you doing, Andy?
So just cutting down these battens to secure the cover. Being very careful, because what happened 2 weeks ago.
Very glad to hear it.
I was typing very slowly last week, wasn't I?
Got there in the end though.
Struggling to count to 10 as well. So this batten is going to go down the whole length of the bed, and it's going to tension it. But we'll show you as it happens.
Yay!
And it's a lot of nailing, making sure it got really tight, really tense.
Again.
Sorry. And then you can see right at the end, I just added the hinges that I showed off to you a few minutes ago. That was a really, really fun project to do. I mean, I've just got absolutely soaked while doing it, but I feel much better mentally for being outside just for a few minutes. I spent the afternoon with my lovely wife in the front garden, building a hoop house cover for a raised bed, What more could you want in life? I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.